long term, how to address the issue permanently. Because this is not an issue that is peculiar or started with this government. This is an issue that is recurrent with successive governments. And if we just use a band-aid approach and just address the short term without addressing the long term, it's going to rear its ugly head again. And we're just going to be kicking the can further down the road. So, what I'm here to seek, what is the barest minimum that Asuu is ready to accept, knowing that you must shift ground, knowing that government must shift ground. It's not just Asuu. Both sides must shift ground if we're all interested in our education system and our children. Now, my worry is this, and I've said this over and over again. Most people are with you. Most people are with us. No matter who the player is. But there's a tendency, there's a possibility, and I don't want that to happen, where something is so protracted, you now begin to lose the argument or lose the plot, like they say. It happens, it's a fact of life. You start off, you have very noble intentions, and there's nobody that can fault that. Your intentions are so noble, it's not for you. It's not for you, it's for our children. But whereas you can start off, I mean, they say the road to heaven is paved with good intentions. One can start off with that. But at the end of the day, as you go along and you remain intransigent or inflexible, there's a tendency that people get tired and they begin to be like, hey, listen, guys. I mean, enough is enough. We've heard you, but let's shift ground. Let's accommodate one another. That's why it's called negotiation. And that's what we're here to do today. Not to rehash the problem. We all know what the issues are. Government knows the issues. You know the issue. The world knows the issue. How do we now deal with that moving forward? So we have covered good ground. Let me just put it that way. We've covered good ground, and we've made very good progress. Ours, like I said earlier, is to interface directly with Asuu as an independent arm of government. Find out exactly, go into more granular details, or, well, we knew the issues, but to find out exactly what solutions can be offered. As you know, they say two heads are better than one. Now that the legislative arm of government has come in, we are very hopeful, based on our deliberations in the last, how many hours? About 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, that we are almost, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I thank them once again for making this time out in the interest of our students. There were principally 7 areas where Asuu has presented what we consider to be what I call requisitions for them to go back to class. We have looked at those 7 areas, and we have more or less agreed on certain things. In pursuance, or to finalize what the meeting of our minds, we have asked that NIGDA, Accountant General and Auditor General, and the Wages and Salaries and Wages Commission will be invited. Unfortunately, it's too late to invite them tomorrow because the letters will only go out tomorrow. They will be invited to meet with the leadership again on Thursday so that we can dot the I's and cross the T's. And once that is done, the leadership of this House will await the return of Mr. President from the ongoing General Assembly. And we will meet with Mr. President and lay before him the agreement made by the this arm of government, the legislative, by the legislature and the leadership of the House. And we are hopeful and believe that Mr. President will buy into the agreement. And with that, I believe this matter will be speedily brought to a close. In the meantime, between now and when Mr. President comes and we see Mr. President, Asuu itself will go back to its members armed with the resolutions that we have come to today to get their buy-in. And I don't believe that there is an issue or a problem from what we've discussed, that it will not be a problem on their buy-in. And I pray and hope that there will not be a problem on our side either. Once that is done, I believe we'll all be good to go, and we'll bring this sorry situation to an end. I do not want to go into the details. I think the details are, the minute details are not necessary at this time. What is going to be most important is that at the end of the day, hopefully we agree on what we conclude on what we've agreed on today. So I want to thank you also, the press, for being patient enough to wait, because I know this is important to everybody. And I want to thank you for your service to our young ones, our students, our wards, our children, your service, your dedication, your commitment, and the sacrifices that you've been making. It is my prayer that the intervention of this House would bring this to a speedy conclusion. Thank you very much.